I joined the Warrior Women right around before coronavirus happened. And I just really started really delving into coaching. But one of the things that I do outside of that is practice channeling and harnessing the moon's energy for myself. It's brought me comfort recently, and with everything that's been going on, I've really found joy in it. So some of the things that I do are charge crystals outside under the full moon, as well as my Epsom salts, dried herbs and plants. So like I have lavender, I have chrysanthemum, I have iodized salt, all kinds of things. One of the biggest parts of channeling the moon energy is, putting it in a jar of some sort, whether it's clear or colored or whatever you have is what's important. I use mason jars and flip them upside down because the bottom. And then I also write down my intentions. So when you're channeling the moon's energy, especially for the full moon, you want to channel and really try to make your intentions about joy and gratitude, peak energy right now, because it's the full moon and that's what it's bringing. Blossoming into whatever it is or whatever family members you have, as well as blessings in your life. So pay attention to those things while you're doing your yoga practice and meditation, and try to find some importance in that for yourself. There's a bunch of things that you can, charge and or channel or they use to harness. So one of the things that I asked some of the ladies to bring was cologne or perfume out for your spouse or yourself, because Mars retrograde is happening soon. So that's just some of the things that, we're going to do. You can literally hold on to your jar and speak your intentions into existence. Hold on to it and just kind of pass those intentions into the water. And then the moon is going to charge them. It works just like it works with the tides. It's going to work with the water, and then the water in your body and the water on your house. So you can use it in many ways, and you can choose to spray it in the air. You can choose to diffuse it, cook with it, give it to your child, mix it in your smoothies, freeze it in ice cubes. There's several different things that you can do with it. If you're interested, please reach out to me and I could get you lists, or even if you have more questions, I'd love to answer those for you. I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to Elika and get this yoga and meditation going. Thank you, ladies, for letting me share. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you came.
Hey ladies, I'm so excited to do our practice tonight. So we're gonna do moon salutation, which I was not super familiar with until recently, to be honest. I've been practicing yoga teaching yoga for about 4 years, practicing it for 6 or 7. And sun salutations are a lot more common and practice those quite a bit. So I was really excited to get to learn a new yoga sequence and to share it with all of you tonight. So before we get started, we are going to do a yoga practice with poses, so asanas, the physical postures, and then we're going to do a breath practice and a meditation practice. But I would love it if we would do a little meditation with our water before we did our actual yoga practice. So something that we can do, something we were going to do in just a couple minutes, but we'll just move it up, is choose an intention to focus on for tonight. So like Kristen mentioned, with this specific harvest moon, the full harvest moon, the energetic qualities that they're bringing is blooming, joy, gratitude, celebration, and energy. So of all of those, I want you, whatever one is going to resonate with you the most. So whatever one you close your eyes and just feel like is going to serve you the most right now is going to be your intention for tonight's practice. And with that, I want you to create an intention. So I am blossoming. That's what I'm using. Blossoming really stuck out to me, and I am just putting I am blossoming in front of it. Maybe you're choosing blessings, and maybe you're more resonating with I create blessings, or I see blessings in my life. Peak energy is one of them. So maybe it's I will be the energy in my life. So I would love it if you all just took, a couple breath cycles and chose one of those intentions. So I'll read through them again really quickly. And then we will do just a couple breath cycles, meditation with our moon water with this intention. before we actually move into the rest of our practice, okay? So again, those harvest moon qualities are blessings, joy and gratitude, peak energy, celebration, and blossoming. So we'll take a couple breath cycles and choose one that resonates with you. And once you have them written down already, if you have paper and pen convenient, you know what I mean, write them down and put them under your jars. Mom, mute your. Okay, so everybody get one of those locked down, and then once you have that, grab your water. Grab one of the waters that you're gonna leave with under the moon, and I'll count us out for like 5 or 6 breath cycles, just repeating this intention over to ourselves out loud if you're in a space where you feel comfortable speaking out loud, but you know, over to yourself quietly in your head. So I'm gonna run back and get my water and do that too. All right, can you hear me from back here? Jenny, I can see your face. Jenny, can I get a thumbs up if you can hear me? Uh-oh, can you not hear me?
You're a
Can
little
you guys
echoey,
hear?
but I can hear you.
You guys can hear me? Okay, cool. As long as, okay, cool. All right, so have that intention and keep it close. That's going to be one of your best friends for the next 20 minutes. Grab your water. Sit in a comfortable seated position, so maybe you're cross-angled, Sukhasana easy pose. Maybe you have your legs extended out, whatever feels good for you. We're going to take a big breath in through the nose and bring space into each vertebrae in the back of the spine. And on an exhale, gently close your eyes and draw your belly button all the way towards the back body. Inhale here, and another calming exhale. And begin to recite that intention over to yourself quietly with your inhales and exhales. I am blossoming on my inhale. I am blossoming on my exhale. And do that for 5, 6, 7 breath cycles, okay? So it'll be like 30 seconds, 45 seconds, something. Trying to calm your mind. This will help to begin to extend for you, keep you in the present, and it's energizing that moon water. 2 more breath cycles here. Checking in with your alignment, make sure that you have a nice line in the back body. You're not slouching over or dumping to one side. And on your next exhale, just gently open your eyes if they're not already. Okay. Go ahead and place your water over to the side. Like I said, if you have those intentions written out, place your water over it. All right. From here, we are going to continue to breathe with our intentions just for a couple more breath cycles. So bring your hand, your right hand to your belly area, belly button, soft part underneath the solar or the rib cage. And bring your left hand to your chest and extend and expand your fingers out long. So this Chandra Namaskar moon salutation practice we're going to do is a balancing practice. It's a very feminine, cool energy, soothing, calming. So we want to just try to hit as many chakras as we can right now with our hands. So again, let's just take a big breath in through the nose. If your eyes are open, that's totally cool. We're going to exhale and gently close them, or take your gaze at least down to the floor. We'll stay here for just a couple breath cycles. Again, repeating our intention over to ourselves. We really want to make sure that we keep that in the forefront of our mind. That's what we're going to use to anchor ourselves back to the moment when our mind wanders off during our practice. So just nice, long, steady inhales and exhales. For just a few more breath cycles here. On your next exhale, gently open your eyes if they're not already. Release your hands. So we are going to start standing. So you can go ahead and just stand in the middle of our mat. So it's a little different than a traditional yoga practice where you would start at the top of your mat. We're going to begin in the middle of our mat. So everybody take a moment, get situated, adjust your shirt, tie your ponytail, whatever you need to do. We'll start with our feet about hip width apart. So find your hip points, your second toe is in line with your hips. Our palms will be open towards the front of the room. We start in Tadasana, mountain pose. Gently squeeze your shoulder blades in and together, which will open up your chest and elongate your collarbone. Gently lift your toes and feel where you root and ground and connect in your feet. Place your toes back down. Next, we're just going to check in really quickly with our pelvis and make sure that our hip points are kind of pointed up to the sky a little bit. So we don't want to have slouchy body. We want to have a nice firm awareness, especially through the section. For this yoga pose, for this yoga sequence, we're going to go through each pose just one at a time right now before we link them one movement with one breath, okay? So inhale, bring your hands up over your head and interlace your fingers. Leave the pointer fingers extended out long towards the sky, towards that big, beautiful moon. Check in with your shoulders here. Make sure that you're not squishing up and you have no neck, like turtleneck. We're going to make sure that you have a nice elongated center. From here, on an exhale, gently bend over to the right, keeping our hands attached. So have a nice stretch in the left side body. Inhale, bring yourself back up to neutral, and on an exhale, gently sweep yourself over to the left. Check in with the edge of the right foot. Make sure that you're rooting and grounding down through the edge of the body. Next, we're going to inhale ourselves back up to neutral. And then we're going to come out to goddess pose. So step out long. Bring knees and elbows as close to 90 degrees as possible. Palms will face in and towards each other. Check in with our knees. Our knees are probably buckling inwards, so you want to make sure that you're pushing your knees out. Check in with your back body. There's a good chance that you're kind of like doing a little booty twerk here. You really want to make sure that you're pulling your pelvis underneath you, okay? So when we do these poses again, we're going to do them fairly quickly. You know, one pose to one breath. It's going to be smooth sailing, but we're just not going to be here for a while. I just want to do a couple checkpoints with you over here. Inhale, straighten the legs and arms. Starfish. Spin the left foot at 45 degrees. Extend the right hand out long, and on an exhale, gently bring the right hand to the outside of the right thigh or knee. Triangle. We are not going to try to dump into these postures here. Like I said, we're only going to be here pretty quickly when we do the sequence, so don't get too committed. On our next movement, we're going to come to pyramids. So twist your belly and torso towards the ground. Hands are going to come behind your back. The back toe is going to spin and plant the back heel. So your back toe, both toes are going towards the short edge of the mat. Squeezing your shoulder blades in and together. From here, we're going to exhale and come to a low lunge back knee plants. Beautiful. Uncurl your back toe. Make sure you're on two separate planes here with your feet. On an inhale, gently bring your hands up and overhead. Crescent lunge. On an exhale, you're going to plant your hands to the inside of the right foot. Okay, so this, if you have bad knees, this is going to be a little tricky for you. So if you have bad knees, just stay here in this posture for a moment and I'll show you what to do next, okay? So for those of you who don't have too fussy knees, what we're going to do is come up on the back toe and we are going to spin our body towards the long edge of the mat. So rotate, open up your hips towards the long edge of the mat. Extended leg, toes are going to go up to the ceiling. Bent knee, and move forward. You're going to stay here for a hot minute. For those of you whose knees are not going to accommodate that, you're just going to do it a little higher. So curl the toes under, lift the knee, and you're just going to come up and open up to the side up here. Okay? From here, we're going to exhale and move ourselves over to the other side and do the same pose on the other side. So if you're down here, you can do that. If you're up here, right over here. From here, we're doing the same thing on the other side, reverse. So we're going to exhale into that low lunge with the hands on the inside of the foot. Inhale, come up to crescent moon. Exhale, frame your front foot. Throw your back toe under. We're gonna come up to pyramid from here, okay? So just lift your back knee and bring your back foot in a little bit. This doesn't have to be a beautiful, smooth sequence here, ladies. I can't see half of you. I have no idea what's happening. Hands we have behind the back for pyramid. Next, we're gonna come to triangle. So the back foot will spin out at 45 degrees. Left hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Right hand extends up to the ceiling. From here, on an inhale, we will come up to that star position. Toes are going to spin towards the long edge of the mat. From here, we find our goddess pose again. Knees and elbows bent close to 90 degrees as possible. Inhale, straighten hands, interlace, feet come together. Exhale, bend over to the right. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, hands to side, palms face front, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Beautiful job, ladies. All right, it is 9:18. We're going to do probably one or two more of those, and then we'll make our way down to do our breath and meditation practice. All right? You are doing wonderful. Stick with it. So we'll begin, again, with our feet width apart. Alignment is super important. If you haven't pushed play on that playlist that I created, by the way, already, feel free to do that. Meant to mention that a while ago. All right. Palms are open, face front. Shoulder blades pinching in and together, opening through the chest and collarbones. Tadasana Mountain Pose. Inhale, bring your hands up and overhead. Fingers interlace. Point your fingers up to the sky. Exhale, bend over to the right. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, step out to goddess. Knees and elbows at 90 degrees. Inhale, straighten the limbs, come to star. Exhale, back foot spin to 45. Coming to triangle. Right hand comes to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, pyramid pose, both feet pointing towards the short edge of the mat. Hands come in together behind the back. Exhale, come down to low lunge variation. Inhale, hands up to crescent pose. Exhale, hands plant inside the right foot. Inhale, spin, opening up towards the long edge of the mat. Extended toes go to the sky. Exhale, transition to the other side. Inhale, right toes are up, left knee is bent. If the left heel can be on the floor, that's great. Exhale, spin to the short edge of the mat, low lunge. Inhale, hands up above head, crescent lunge. Exhale, bring your foot, curl your back toe under. Inhale, up to pyramid pose. Hands come behind the back. Exhale to triangle, back foot at 45 degrees. Left hand comes to the outside of the left thigh or knee. Inhale, up. Inhale, back up. Hands interlace, fingers point. Exhale, extend over to the right. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, hands, palms face front, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Beautiful, ladies. We are going to come just down to our mat now. I would love to do another one, but I want to be mindful of everybody's evening time. So just go ahead and make your way down to a comfortable flat back position. So when we do corpse pose, we can either be completely sprawled out. If it feels better to you to have your knees bent, your feet about as wide as the mat, and your knees resting in together, this is a little bit better on your lower back. So find whatever feels good for you. Take a couple seconds to get comfy here. And once you have a nice comfortable position, go ahead and bring your right hand back to your lower belly and mid belly, and your left hand back up to your chest and kind of throat area. But make sure your triceps are resting on the ground. You want to make sure that this is a nice, comfortable, relaxed position for you, okay? All right. From here, we are going to do a boxed breathing practice. So what we'll do when I cue you, not yet, we'll take an inhalation for a 4 count, and then we'll hold the inhalation for 4 counts. We'll exhale for 4 counts, and then we will hold our exhale for 4 counts. So if you think about like drawing a box, it's like up for 4, hold for 4, down for 4, hold for 4. So that's also a helpful visualization for some people. So we'll do this practice for a little bit, then I'll cue you to kind of release it, and we'll do a little guided meditation, okay? All right, so go ahead and close your eyes if they're not already. Make sure that your shoulder blades are coming in together a little bit to help open up your chest. On your next inhale, bring that in for a 4 count, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, belly button to spine, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, slow and steady, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, retain that, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, another 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue with this breath rate for just a couple more breath cycles. Feeling your chest and your belly grow underneath your hands with each slow inhale and exhale. Maybe you envision that square being drawn over and over. That helps you keep present in the moment. Do one more breath cycle wherever you're at. One more complete inhale, hold, and then complete exhale. And just allow this breath practice to fall away gently. And allow your natural breath rhythm to return. I'll give everybody a little bit of time to meet us at this place. If you're comfortable leaving your hands on your belly, you can leave them there. If you'd rather have them palms faced up, you can do that too, whatever feels best for you. You need to bring your awareness to your toes, your feet, your ankles. Just bring your present awareness to the sensations happening there. Releasing any muscle tension, working your way up into the calves, into your knees, and investing a few breath cycles in each spot. Moving your way up to the thighs and glutes, allowing your muscles to feel like they are melting off your bones and into puddles on your mat. Your belly, chest, upper arms, forearms and fingers all relax and release any tension that's sitting there, even if you feel like there's nothing, even if you feel like it's totally relaxed, bring your awareness there. Try to allow the muscles to let go just a little more. Finally, moving your way up through your neck, into your jaw, your tongue, your cheeks, your forehead, out through the crown of your head. Complete relaxation. Now I want you to begin to envision a bright beam, potentially from the moon. Yellow, white, iridescent, whatever color looks and feels right to you is right. And it begins to just fill your body. From the crown of your head enters. Each inhale allows it to journey a little further down. Each exhale allows it to expand a little more in your body. So eventually inviting that warm, blossoming, joyful, full of gratitude and celebration light filling you up. And once that beam is engulfing you, we're going to spend some breath cycles there. Bringing our awareness to our intention that we set at the beginning of the practice. Allowing our mind to be on that intention and that intention only. Our mind will wander. It will want to be on other things. That's its job. And we just need to notice when that happens and gently bring it back to ourselves, to our intention, to our present moment. For just a few more breath cycles. Remembering that our moon salutation practice brought us all of these soothing, healing, feminine, graceful energy to fill us up in our intention. To feel whole and complete as we are right here with our intention. Just being here, not thinking about homeschooling the kids, or working from home, or soccer games, or holidays, just allowing your mind to stay here for another breath cycle or two. Gently allow yourself to begin to expel that light gradually as you inhale and exhale. The warm, moving exits the body but leaves you feeling how it impacted us. Leaves you feeling whole and full and complete in your intention for this full harvest moon. Gently allow the corners of your mouth to turn up and smile because you granted yourself this time this evening. It's amazing. Thank you for doing that. And slowly begin to deepen your inhales and exhales. Bring small movements back to your fingers and your toes. Gently begin to awaken your wrists and ankles. Your arms and legs move. And eventually, make your way onto your right side and spend a couple breath cycles there. Allows the heart a couple moments of rest. And then when you feel good and ready, you can push yourself up to a seated Sukhasana, easy pose position, or whatever feels good for you. We're going to close our practice together, so go ahead and find your hands at heart center. Take a couple moments to get in a comfortable position. Beautiful. Have our eyes closed if they're not already. I always like to close my yoga practices with a quote or saying. So I found a really nice one about the moon to share with you. The moon does not fight. It attacks no one. It does not worry. It does not try to crush others. It keeps to its course, but by its very nature, it gently influences. What other body could pull an entire ocean from shore to shore? The moon is faithful to its nature, and its power is never diminished. We'll close the practice by taking 3 inhalations through our nose and open mouth exhalations together, beginning now. Thank you, ladies, so much for coming to practice with me tonight, doing our moon salutations. I had so much fun. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. That was so much fun. I hope you ladies enjoyed that as much as I did. I could have done that for 30 more minutes. Maybe we need to plan a little longer practice next time. Seriously though, I really hope everybody enjoyed it. If anybody has any questions about anything we did or whatever, anything yoga related, even if I don't know it, I can maybe point you in the right direction. So I really do appreciate everybody investing some time with us this evening. I know it's a crazy time of year and even more reason to come together and do this kind of practice. So thank you all very much. And as always, thank you, Jenny, for providing the platform.
I love hosting. And I love that we have all these like amazing women to come together to create like such a cool experience, you know? I love seeing all these faces on here too, like people that are coaches, challengers, not even part of the team, like just coming together to share this little experience this evening. It warms my heart every time. I honestly, that's the only way I can ever explain it, is that like, I'm gonna sleep so good tonight. That's how I feel, is that knowing that like each and every one of us put positive intentions to the month ahead of us, regardless of how our year has been, right? Regardless of how this year has been, we all just set positive intentions for the next 30 days. And that's something really beautiful to say, that we all showed up to be here, to still show up, right? Because there's a lot of people that aren't showing up right now, and there's a lot of people that are just chalking the rest of the year up as whatever, right? But if you look at each and every one of these faces, you know that everyone is here for a reason, and everybody's here to set September aside from all of the other months. That's kind of how I feel. Not only because my birthday is September 14th, woo woo, but you know, so I think that maybe my energy is always like really, you know, touchy feely and lovey when I'm in September, just because I have that extra like birth energy, I guess. But I just think that there was something really beautiful about starting this month off like this, and I hope you guys recognize that. I hope you guys see that. I hope you feel that. Oh, sorry, the light went off. Let me get it like a wave. There it goes. Okay, I'm back. So you guys can see me. But hopefully you guys feel that, regardless if it's through a screen. You know, I know that's not always the best. Of course, I would love to think of like you guys all sitting here with me, you know, and like maybe in my mind I was thinking and imagining each and every one of you guys here with me, but hopefully you guys still felt that connection here, knowing that, you know, even though it's through a screen, you have other women that are laying there channeling the same energy and putting that same vibe out into the world. And so when it gets to be 2 weeks from now and you're struggling, take out that water, right? That water that you've been holding maybe in your fridge, and you just need that extra energy, or you just need that extra love, or that positive mental note to remind yourselves the intentions you set for this month. Okay, so maybe you use one glass right away, right, for this month because you're really, or for this week because you're really excited, but you save that other glass for that time it's going to be a little hard. Maybe when you're struggling 2 or 3 weeks from now, and you go, you know what though, I have this water that maybe it's silly and maybe it has nothing to do with anything different than the water that's coming out of my other fridge, but I remember the intentions I set when I had this water, and I'm going to drink it and I'm going to remind myself where I'm going in life and what I have to do and what I'm here for. And I hope that you guys always remember that. And I think that maybe this could even be something we could do consistently, you know? I mean, could you imagine starting every single month with positive intentions and something that you can reach in your fridge and grab and have for those hard days that's not bad for you, right? It's water. And I could be like, you know what, I'm gonna grab this water and I'm gonna put like maybe some something, you know, little essential oil in it to maybe give it some flavor, or some lemon or something like that to maybe, you know, spruce it up. But I know that what the intentions of when that water was created, what it was for. And so I hope you guys, when you jump off here, take a second to reflect on what happened. Okay, take a second to really look at that water, really give it some more intentions, because maybe you were a little distracted on the computer, right? Making sure your phone is up, right? And you're like, oh, what did she say? You know, so take that extra second to be like, no, this water is about to be magic for me this month. Okay, and when I drink it, it means something to me. It's fueling my body, it's refreshing my body, and it's taking me through the next month ahead. Okay. And even if you kind of have to laugh or giggle when you say it, that's okay. You can say it in my voice. Okay. Maybe your voice isn't there yet to tell you that kind of things, but you could be like, you know what? I remember when Jenny said this, and I can channel her voice when she said that. Okay. So remember what your intentions were. If you did not have intentions, or maybe like little goals or dreams or ideas for September, write it down on a piece of paper and really put that underneath your water when you set it out for night. I think Kristen had talked about that. Some of you guys might not have had a chance to do that yet. So before you go in tonight, get some intentions kind of wrote down. And then also, I think that was it. I just want to make sure that everybody has their water. I'd love to maybe get some like pictures of tomorrow if you guys used it for something, like, you know, tag us in it, or give us a little shout out, show me it, send it to me on Messenger or something like that. I would just love to see what you guys use it for, or how you use it, or maybe if you felt like it gave you more energy, or, you know, whatever. I just love some feedback on how you guys liked this. If you would like to do something like this again, or maybe longer, maybe more, maybe whatever. This is kind of scratching the surface on the possibilities, I feel like, and that's really exciting to think that this is just the beginning of something very cool that could happen. So thank you guys for being part of our first annual full moon yoga and moon channeling, and hopefully maybe we can start delving more into it and getting even more creative with it, and getting more consistent with it as well. So I see that sage, Christy. I lit mine before we did our yoga. Yes, yes, all the good, all the good. I had my I am card out. I also had some tarot cards, which a couple of the girls, I still have to pull your tarot cards. I apologize. I was running behind, but I will pull your tarot cards, the ones that had messaged me. If you did not get your tarot card and you would like your tarot card pulled, let me know, because I need to do it before like the night is over, or it doesn't really count, you know. I mean, it does, but it's not as fun. So all right, my light keeps turning off. I guess that's my cue.
And really quick, Jenny and Kristen, do we leave the water out tonight, or do we take it out tomorrow?
So your water, you can, so if, here's the deal, you just want to make sure you get it. You can leave it out all night, or you can bring it in. It's just really up to you. You want to make sure that you're able to bring it in before the sun starts to rise at all, before the sun starts to rise at all. So really around 3:30 is, I mean, for me, is about that time in the morning. So it's like, really, I have to be up and set an alarm to grab it. But if you feel like you're not going to wake up for that time, bring it in with you. Regardless, the moon is still out. So it doesn't matter where you're at, it's still affecting the water, it's still affecting the tides, and it's still gonna be your intentions in that jar. It's still harnessing the energy.
Yeah, I think Kristen, you had said like you could set it in like a windowsill or like a doorway, like maybe by somewhere where it's still gonna get like that, maybe that moonlight coming in. So maybe kind of like look where the moon is and be like, oh, this window will be perfect, you know. Or for me, since we're in Florida, it like rains all the time, really random. So I'm gonna kind of stick it like right behind you guys, we have like a nice little awning right here. So I'm going to put mine right there just so like, you know, it doesn't like get like this other, my intentions and stuff don't get rained on. So find a safe place for it. Make sure it has a lid on it as well. You don't want critters climbing in it and you're drinking it later on. And then I think Kristen also said if you could put a lid on it and flip it upside down, that way it's getting max exposure as well. So she's kind of got a little picture of it right there. So that's going to help it get the max exposure so the lid isn't covering it. So that's just kind of like a little tidbit as well. I did use mason jars, but I also have just a big plastic, like Shakeology tub. And that's just gonna be, I was like, I need something bigger. And so I found this and I was like, oh, perfect. But this is just like tap water and it's just gonna be for like bathing or like maybe just like putting it, mix it. I have cleaner and stuff like that I'm just gonna mix it with. So it's just gonna be more like general purpose. And then my mason jars are going to be in the fridge for like drinking water. I actually thought, I was like, what if I use it for my Energize? Does that like energize the Energize? Like, like, is that too much? Awesome, lady.
Much. Just use it how you want to. I mean, I literally can post in the group page, and then you can ask whoever invited you about it if you're interested in it. You know, a list of random uses, and then of course you can also come up with, you know, whatever you want as well. It's truly your own experience, so there's not a wrong answer for any of the questions that you have, which I don't mind answering, but there's don't feel like there's a wrong answer, because it's truly just what you want for you. It's your practice, it's your intentions, and it's just your own.
I love that. And that we can like share it, but it be completely separate for every single person. I always love that kind of aspect. So, all right, ladies, let me see what time it is. I think we are 9:45. I know it is my bedtime, but I want to jump in my pool for just a little bit because Kristen was telling me that all water exposure has moon exposure. And so I was like, well, I am dipping in my pool then. So we're going to get a little skimpy and go in the pool and have some adult time maybe. So peace out, guys. I love you, but I'm out. Mom, I'm sorry you're on here.
Thank you for hosting.
Thank you guys.
Pools aren't a comfortable place for that, Jenny.
You're funny.
Trust me. Trust me.
Thank you.
Love you, Jenny.
Love you, Mom. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good night.